Hi everyone, welcome to Dominus Nisi on 88.9 FM. As I promised last week, I'm going to have a wonderful guest in my show, not from Melbourne, not from Australia, but from UAE. So welcome Elizabeth Percy to my show, Dominus Nisi.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting this, request to come to our show and then share the great things that you are giving to the world. The reason why you are here, Elizabeth, you know, maybe it's almost 18 months now. I was getting help from you to find out the real core inside me and the real core purpose of my life in this world. And then you picking my life, not just the physical life, but emotionally, spiritually, and that well-being of the whole self, and taking me into a journey where I can find out my real self and I can connect my core to my creator. And then that's where I'm taking all different challenges and then taking a big milestones in my life. And different people I meet usually ask why you are doing all these things or how you all on a sudden change and making these different challenges that you can't even think of. And then I was telling there is something behind it. I can't really say that, but I will show that. And that's why you are here. I am showing why or how I am doing what I'm doing in this world. So thank you so much for helping me to find out my core and then continue my journey. So it's my gratitude, my privilege to, share your story with my people in Australia. So welcome again to my show. My show always share the stories of heroes, spreading love, joy, and peace. And this year, my show's theme is family experience. So, being a person who helped in many families around the globe, I'm so thrilled to share your story with my audience. So, I just want to ask, first of all, please introduce yourself about you, your life over there in Dubai, and then what you're doing now.
Okay. Thank you, Bismi. So I'm an instructor today, but I come from a very different background, from journalism, aviation, communication, and today I'm a trainer. So as you said, your journey wouldn't have happened without my involvement in Rockin's genetic behavior analysis, which actually goes into exploring a person right from the time of the child is born or conceived in the mother's womb. So it's all about the gestation period of the child inside the womb of the mother, the gestation period of the pregnancy of the mother. So when you are relating your facts of life, your incidents through life, your experiences through life, I had to connect all the sciences I learned together. My being a daughter of a brain doctor and a neurologist who's practiced only in two palaces before and after her wedding. I'm her daughter. So I genetically imbibed her nature and took it, but it's today that I'm into the science of the matter. Till now it was aviation, PR, and the glamour world. And in this science, it's very critical to know that what happens in between the 10th week to the 19th week when the brain is being formed in the baby is our fingerprint. Now it records everything, and this is called the epigenetic science. Okay, so it records everything, the uterus stress, how the mother is, how her nervous system is, what is going into the baby, etc. It records it all, which becomes our fingerprint. And the curves and deltas and etc. on the fingerprint will actually, when we do the fingerprint analysis, will tell it all about our own life inside the womb of the mother. So I knew that everything that you were experiencing and you were part of your experience and can be trained out because it came in through your mom, but it can be trained out. So
Okay.
from your experiences, I started to take one or two things and then start to give you bit by bit in solution. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, the first thing I did was to work with your food and gut analysis.
That's where the question is like, you mentioned about a science. I would really love to hear more about that. But to find out a bit more easy, understandable language, I would say you mentioned about the fingerprint. So being a Christian, all Christians believe your fingerprints are unique, and then you can't really find out another one. And then you
Yes.
connected that to science and
Yes.
mentioned that that fingerprint analysis is what helping to find out what's your root cause happening in your gut. So
Yes.
how this science connecting to gut and why this gut science is really important?
Okay, so our behavior, the behavior challenges that we have is linked to epigenetics and utero environment.
Mm-hmm.
These formations are governed by the placental function or dysfunction,
Mm-hmm.
neurotransmitter, metabolism, gut microbiome,
Mm.
stress-induced adrenaline response, etc. And this is
Okay.
all the traces in the gestational environment of the baby.
Okay. So before we become a baby, whatever happening in mom's womb really impact, right?
Yes.
So we
That is,
usually say
yeah.
in our normal life, whatever you say, whatever you eat, that will all impact your baby. So that's what scientifically.
It is scientific. It is
Mhm.
scientific. But of course, Rockin's genetic behavior is the name of the science.
Okay.
And the research indicates that each utero-environment occurrence leaves its traces as waves on the epithelium of the ectoderm, means it leaves it is on the ridges, the ridge pattern of the finger. It's
Mm.
there. And
Okay.
that's our fingerprint. That's why no two babies, no two humans are same. Be it a dad or a child, a mom or a child, no, it's not. Till today, I have not seen any two same
Yeah.
fingerprints,
Okay.
right?
So
And so these fingerprints are telling you everything that happened between you and your mom, especially could you take the food, what
mm,
stress level the mother was,
mhm,
etc.
okay.
And that becomes our behavior.
Mm,
So our behavior is governed by what happened inside the mother while in the gestation state.
okay.
This behavior, when not corrected, becomes personality.
All right. So that's like, I'm just connecting again to Bible because God is saying that, I have formed you before you come into the womb. So that's a
Yeah.
perfect human being was the before I come to the womb. But within the womb, I'm getting lots of things like maybe through emotions, through food, through the discussions and experience. That's where I'm getting all different mindset
Yes.
or maybe all different issues or good things, bad things, everything. So I just rethink about my life, like when I got stuck with main problem in me was shame, guilt, and anger, and then more of like I can't really accept anything. And then I was thinking, no, I don't have a problem. I already gone through different things. I'm doing all the right thing. But when I do something, without me knowing that something is coming across, and I can
Yeah.
I can really remember that you were asking me, sit down and then think about your childhood things, whatever happened, why it happened. So you were asking me in a scientific way, but if we go through some inner healing retreats through the spiritual or religious areas, they always say that, okay, you need to look through your childhood and then clean up everything what happened.
Yeah.
I was
So
not.
I will say a step further. Look
Mhm.
through your mom.
Yeah, okay. That's where
Look
I'm
through
getting.
the
Yeah.
pregnancy. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, we have a conversation with your mom. Everybody need to do that.
Okay.
How were you when you were carrying me in my womb? Simply that conversation will
Mm-hmm.
answer lots of questions.
Exactly. And I would say you are proving that through your fingerprint analysis, and then you are actually changing. You are training your brain, your people's brain in a different way. So I really would love to hear from you how we can retrain our brain. What I
Yes.
can do to retrain my brain.
So once the analysis is done,
Mm-hmm.
the fingerprint analysis is done, it goes into a very complex algorithm,
Mm-hmm.
and a 28-page report is released by the research and development team to us.
Mm-hmm.
And with that report, we start the training. Before that, the analyst sits with the concerned adult or the parents of the concerned child
Mm-hmm.
online with us and explains the report, which says the other side of the person as well, the other side of the behavior, the anger level, the bitterness, uh, all the dramas. And will the person be depressed, or will he have mental fatigue? Those things which we can't get by psychometrics.
Mm-hmm.
Actually gives it all. The skills, the competencies, the acceptance to leadership, the
Mm-hmm.
no acceptance to leadership.
Yeah.
Will the person be good as an entrepreneur? Will the person be good as an employee?
Mm-hmm.
What are the levels of studies the person can do as per the skills already within the person? If it's a child, it will show us all that. What are the levels of schooling, whether it's medicine, commerce, etc. For an adult, it will show which is the best career path that it is best. And it will also show where we can manage it in a scale of 0 to 12.
Okay.
Okay? So from there, we start to take. It will also show genetically if a person is autistic,
Mm-hmm.
genetically if a person is a condition or any illness, it will show. We
Mm-hmm.
don't have to guess it. It goes to the root cause of the matter.
Yeah, okay.
So these analysis helps to understand the root of the person,
Okay.
which is already genetic and can be trained in stages. It will show whether the person's communication is good, listening skill is good, grasping skill is good, execution is good. What's the personality type? What's the learning style? Is he audio, visual, or kinesthetic? So we don't have to guess anything. So for us trainers, it's a lot more easier because we will take the report and start training the person, child or adult. We will start training for 6 months until the person comes out. For example, I had an autistic condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the genetic did showcase that the report, the Hawkins genetic report did showcase it was a condition because the logic was static.
Okay.
So we explained to the mother, the analyst explained to the mother that she wouldn't ask questions during her pregnancy. She never asked anything. She just accepted everything.
Mm.
So we trained the child, then we had to get the logic in order. So we had to train the child with 100 grams spinach.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had to do dribbling of the ball. We had to get kinesthetic activity on.
Yeah.
Then in my classroom, in writing and drawing. It took this practice for 3 to 4 months for some rhythm to start. 6 months to 1 year, today the child is, of course, in an inclusive school, but he is responding to everything. And he even got the Star of the Week certificate.
Oh, wow.
Friend of the Month certificate. So, but there is an age for starting these things. We are now hoping and praying that we get the early child development, because if this genetic behavior analysis can be done as early as 18 months, then many homes will be more peaceful, because they'll be trained to handle anything and they will know the root cause very early, and the medical science and the medical doctors can intervene early. So we just feel that this science is excellent to be the starting point. Then the medical science can come in and work with the parents and the trainers together. No, we don't have to assume it is this, assume it is that. No, we don't have to. It will say it is this or that. So there's a lot of information in the world out there that we do not know what is it really. So if our child will walk on the toes, we assume it is autism. Then a report, a mother came to us like that, and she had assumed when we did the genetic analysis, there was no autism spectrum nor condition. The child, the report showed a little hyper. But then the analyst had to ask the mother, so why were you so hyper during the pregnancy? So she said, I was doing an examination. And the report also, the analysts also found during their exam, during the fingerprint analysis, that the mother was going through uterus stress, but the child didn't get affected in any way. It was only hyper. Now, today we live in a world where teachers and parents need to do these courses, because these are the two sectors which do not understand the child. So we have opened a course called Child Behavior and Child Development. So parents know the checklist at each age of the child, and the teachers know as well. All right. So that actually it is not the child at fault. It is the mother at the time of the pregnancy. At the time of the pregnancy. So the mother, to be best at her time of pregnancy, there needs to be a preparation period. She needs to actually go through the Dawkins genetic behavior analysis, get her own report, so we can work with the gut behavior of the mother, which will be good for the child. And we do have 2 pharmaceutical doctors, husband and wife team. So when they were planning to have their first child, they came to us and they made sure that they went through the process. And today they have a beautiful baby girl who's 1 year old.
That's great.
So there's also a lot of misconception of age being a factor. Yes, age is a factor, but we cannot push the button on that.
We can always change, right?
We can transform our inner being. We can transform the work of our gut. We need to know uterus stress is the result of many things.
Yes, I think, I actually proved a lot of things, because when we have sessions together, you mentioned this can connect with your mom, or mom must have, experienced that. And, unfortunately, I can talk to my mom. My dad is no more, but I can talk to my mom. And then I confirmed many things that you mentioned, that, this feeling is coming from your mother. And mom couldn't even figure out that it will come to me, and then it will be, sitting there, and then it will affect my life. So when I mentioned her about, please write down these things and then tear it off, and she was like, should I do that now because I'm so old? What is the benefit
Absolutely.
of doing it? But she is doing it. So that's
Yes.
the power of, like, that reality that, yeah, what you mentioned to me, I felt, okay, whether it's right or wrong, but I have the real experience that connecting to my mother. And then she is feeling the same. And then she's saying, that's true. I had this experience. I felt this. And then she's
Yes.
writing it down. So I really feel, you, whatever the science that you passing through your students, I can experience that in my real life. So being a mom for three boys, I know how much I went through during my pregnancy. And then I'm wondering, I'm worried now, like, what can I do to, wipe all those things with their life, in their life, with my own actions and my own emotions, wiping it down. So it's a great learning that the generation wise, what we are getting many things like that. Maybe again, I'm connecting to Bible. Like, can we say that it's generational curses or generational bond or that generational ties? But it has a science in it, and then it is actually, I could prove that, yes, that's true. This is happening in generations. So that's where I really got impressed that this is because in this modern world, many online trainings are there, many offerings are there that they're saying that they are coaching, they are, facilitating, they are making you this, making you rich. But when I was like, referred by from Jerry to you, I was not actually picking up that, I was thinking I did all these things, I did all this, but I'm not sure whether I can, do better with you.
Yeah. For
But
that, I would like to add that
mm,
it's all about brain wiring.
yeah, that's why my question, how do we do this brain rewiring
Okay,
within
so
with
now,
an adult? Yes.
yes, so it's the food is the first thing. So after the analysis report is out and it's explained to the adult student or the parent of the little children, then it is my turn to take over the training part of it. And
Mhm,
so then the analyst will also give us the food plan for the gut. Further to the
mhm,
parents or the adult giving that food plan, we'll work on it according to the genetic need.
yep.
And once the food plan is in place, the brain's wiring starts. So
Mm,
food plan, kinesthetic activities, reading, writing, listening, all that will have to start together.
mhm,
According to different ages, the movement and rewiring is going to take its toll.
mhm,
But there is a time, there is a space of rewiring everywhere, which I can say. I can
mhm,
say my adult students moved into VP and higher positions. I can say my uh, children moved into more concentration and focus, and they learned to sit
mhm,
the change of food. I can say my report of a student who was totally hyperactive at the age of 13. Today she sits and she plays basketball, she writes books, and she's a great artist.
mhm,
So basically, everyone had to be worked with the food factor, gut factor.
yep.
We are not so conscious of we like to have good things, and we feel all the advertising out there and all the marketing out there is for our good. But
Mhm,
as many sciences and many authorities have shown that there is a lot of things that our body cannot digest easily.
mhm,
So we need to get back to natural foods, and we need to get back to foods that our mom ate, because those biota is already in our gut.
mm,
When we move from one place to another, we need to also still remember those foods and start introducing those foods into our regular meal plans for the week.
mm,
And we need to be conscious that whatever we're eating in different countries, we have to look at the natural part of it.
Yeah.
Another common mistake that we see is using of yogurt in chicken and fish, marinating all that, which is another main gut issue. But since it is passed on from years to and from high cuisines in the world, we
Mm,
feel it's good, but it's not.
mm,
Vegetarian food with curd, etc., is fine. Marination of meat, non-veg, etc., cannot be because it affects the gut health.
yeah. Okay.
Yes, so this it's simply consciousness of the gut
Mm-hmm.
starts to make inroads into the brain
Yeah.
because it's the gut liver brain axis.
Mm-hmm.
And those things start to open the neurons of the brain. And as we do our activities with that, we start to wake up.
Slowly, right?
It's very slowly because we fed a different message to the brain and a different message to the gut. So
Mm,
it will take 3 months for the body to start to work according to the food that we have just changed.
mm-hmm.
There will be a lot of irritation, etc., because we are changing the biota, which means
Yeah.
we are going to feed and we are going to create another bacteria.
Yes. I just want to check with you. You always mention about different spices together. You need to drink or you need to do this type of fruits in a
So,
day. Or what's the importance on those
okay.
things?
So every fruit, every vegetable, every spice is from the ground of Mother Earth.
Mm,
I know we're using a lot of fertilizers, etc. So whatever it is, there are nice ways of keeping them clean, washing them, etc.
mm,
The end of the day, it's from Mother Earth, so there will be a lot of nutrition in it.
mm,
So like a simple spice like coriander, not coriander, clove. If you have
mhm,
clove water, if you want to have clove water any time in the day, etc., it's very
mm,
good for the skin.
mm.
And if you use the clove water on a sponge, it can remove the hair.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So there is a lot of science behind it. And
Mm,
clove is a healing herb. What
mm,
about turmeric? Another healing herb.
yeah.
Peppercorn and turmeric together. It's great for the body.
Mm.
It works with the lungs very well.
And the
Okay.
cinnamon powder is like more of like, putting that flavor to everything, right?
Yes. Yes. Flavor, and it is also in the aesthetic world, they say it's a lot of prosperity.
Yeah.
All right. But whatever it is, these spices are from the earth.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
can't harm us.
Mm,
They are not processed by man. It can't harm us. Another thing, a very light oil to use is coconut oil.
mm-hmm,
Okay, we can avoid all the other, all the all the processed oils. We can
mm,
avoid it.
yeah.
If we want gut health, we have to be very light with our gut.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's when we start. Cakes are good, but when we put a lot of gluten stuff in it,
Mm-hmm.
then cakes, we have to push back a little. I
Okay.
just trained a 24-year-old student this morning, who was my student from when the time is 18. So he was saying, it's all fine till mom started to bake and give out.
Mm,
Okay, so then they used to be part of the eating of this food. And she says, yeah, she did use a lot of gluten in it. And then now he's trying to avoid it. So then
yeah.
genetic, so we will know if the cause is genetic or it is now created.
Yeah. Okay. So you
Okay, if it's a
mentioned that food and spices and fruit. How about water? Water intake. How that
So
is
water,
connected to gut?
yeah, actually water is a very essential part for the brain rewiring,
Mm-hmm,
for brain focus. Half glass of water every hour puts us on focus.
mm-hmm,
The brain, water, the sun, the wind, the air outside, all the elements of nature are very important to us.
mm-hmm.
Without these elements all coming together, our vitamin D doesn't get its value then.
Yeah.
Okay. So magnesium is good in the body, then vitamin D is good.
Yeah.
I started a small thing after listening to one of the herbalists, just Celtic salt on the tongue. Magnesium is correct.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
you can sip water after some time. So there's a lot out there. Fruits. Which is the best magnesium fruit? You can have avocados, you can have your kiwis.
Yeah.
So all the fruits and vegetables represent one vitamin or the other, or many vitamins, like dates, many minerals and vitamins it has. Combinations matter. So that's another area which we train on psychobiotics.
Okay.
The combinations matter, and this is what's missing in our food life, in our diet. We do not know about combinations.
Yeah, I think
Combinations matter
yeah. I like
to the
that because when we Google it, you will find all the good food, but we don't know which one to go with. And we try
yes.
maybe all the combinations will be the worst combination.
That's the thing. So when recipes are put out there, the first question to see is, what's the combination?
Okay.
Okay, what's the combination? Like, we cannot just simply mix honey and ghee. No, there is a proportion to that.
Yeah, okay. So
If
I
you are
think
having,
your training will be a customized one for individuals, right? Because I'm
yes.
like curious to find out many different answers for different questions. But I would really love to connect with my listeners and then find out, like, when you started this training session in Dubai, and then from which countries people are coming now, and then, what are the offers that are available from you, so that I
So,
can, share that.
so the name of our training center is Smart Inspiration UAE Training, and we are based in Dubai.
Yeah.
We have many courses, but this is one of our signature course called Personality Development and Behavioral Skills, where we use the mode of study is the genetic behavior analysis.
Yeah. Okay.
And we work with everything, the food, the listening, the communication, the entire being of the person.
Yeah.
And we go one-on-one because the brain needs this much of time to come out of all these things. It's going to be wired like 3 months to 6 months. 6 months, it will be more wired. Then we can't do it together because every individual is different. So we just allocate time, and it takes 6 months for the course to be wrapped up, or it can go further according to the perseverance of the person, and that everything that is given in the 2-hour class, which is 1 week, every week 2 hours, must be practiced for 1 week for daily brain wiring. And then only we can see results. Those who have achieved in 6 months are very perseverant. So in 6 months, I have a person who worked under somebody who became the VP of some areas. Okay, so it's all about perseverance. Without perseverance, we cannot get anywhere with this report. It's gut and perseverance. But when we change the gut behavior and the water behavior and our kinesthetic behavior, perseverance will step up because our brain is ready for challenges.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
How
but this is
many
not.
areas, like which countries that people are coming across? I know that Dubai is like a hub for all different countries, and then it's a main place for all the royals as well. So what's your cohort of all these
So
trainees?
we have a few from Melbourne, and then we have Singapore, we have Dubai, we have Abu Dhabi, we have Sharjah. We have now Ras Al Khaimah that has come on board, and then We do have Ghana, Angola. Then we have Jordan, Iraq is the highest. And Egypt parallels Iraq.
Yes.
And then now we have Indonesia that is coming. But much before that, Ethiopia came in. And I'm happy to say that from countries like Ghana, Angola, they're coming from the high seats of the government. And, of late, we have UAE nationals also joining in because everyone knows that behavior comes from somewhere, and people are very conscious it comes from the gut behavior.
Yeah, okay.
Continuous gut behavior becomes our behavior, and if we do not change the gut behavior, it becomes our personality. So the personality change is important. Once upon a time, it was all about IQ because we were working in a world of competition and industrial revolution type of work we were doing. Today, it's EQ, emotional intelligence. Our emotional intelligence cannot grow or improve or advance without a change in the gut behavior. And this is not my vision. I was talking in an event, and my boss happened to be in the audience. And so this is the vision of Dr. Engineer Mohammed Ibrahim Al-Ali, who is a UAE national and who works for the government of Dubai. This is his vision. And so he was waiting to find a trainer that would, make a different kind of impact on a training center. And he found me after 21 years.
It's a long way to get the right person. Yeah.
Yes. And so it is his vision. And this science, he brought it into UAE. And now it has become part of our training analysis as well. This is a great science in recruitment. Why? We don't have to fire them.
Because we can take the right people.
We can take the right people. You can take the right people or train the right people for further enhancement. Yeah. So after somebody finishes genetic behavior analysis 6 months or 1 year, the next step is 9 multiple intelligence, where we are already born with 9 multiple intelligence, but we don't use it.
Okay.
So one of the intelligence is intrapersonal. The other intelligence is interpersonal. Okay. The other intelligence is logic and mathematics. The other one is spatial. How much is our vision out there? Existence. Then language is an intelligence. Our linguistic is an intelligence. Yeah. So these intelligences are all inborn, even kinesthetic. Our sports, everything is an intelligence. But we don't use it. Naturalistic, loving flowers or animals, etc. It's an intelligence. Okay. When we start to use these intelligences correctly, our emotional intelligence is right. Okay. So when we are moving into high places of leadership, we need to make sure our 9 intelligences are well. The genetic report already shows is it crystalline or flexible, our intelligence. Okay. So we have a reference when we are doing the multiple intelligence. So when we do the reference, we will grow more. And everything, of course, goes back to our report. We use it as a reference and then we grow with it. So we are not only going to change our behavior, so we have a different personality. Very important today. Our personality says which seat we will take. Yes, that's true. So if we don't take care of our gut, then there is an issue with our personality. Yeah. Because the report also talks about the anger level, bitterness level, resentment level. And these are the things we want to correct in the workplace.
Okay.
So in leadership, it shows whether the person will accept leader or not. So we can get it corrected or put another person on that seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have to play with our recruitment. In fact, we have more analysis report evidence with us.
Okay.
And it also shows, is the person good for manufacturing, teaching, lawyer, etc. So we are all inbuilt with this.
The already a proven method to rewire the brain. It's all of
Yes.
like come up with an open heart and then consistent with that time and effort, right?
Yes,
That's great. So I think, looking and conscious about the time as well, it is really what I can share. It's like, it's my experience, whatever you mentioned, you trained. I would say that I'm not the perfect student to practice everything. And that's why it took me a longer time to get into the spot where I should be. But what I understood is like, if we practice what is actually giving in that training session, it's actually changes happening, not in just yourself, but it's in and around our life. That's a clear, truth happening in the life. So, and you can see the changes in different people because you are training different level of people in your area. So I would love to check with you, sharing this love, joy, and peace in and around our Melbourne. The people are hearing you, that you are spreading love and joy and, peace to many people around the globe with your science and with your training skill set. What is a message that you can share to our listeners?
So I would, as I said, genetic doesn't, we have to stop blaming our children. Because whatever as a mother I put into my son is my son. So let's just examine ourselves as parents or teachers. And teachers need to learn how to train children. So we have a course called Child Behavior, Child Development. But they also need to check where is their angle. How are they in their genetic reports? Is teaching part of their genetic report? Does it say that's their career? Then which angle do they need to work on so they will be teachers? Teachers means you need a lot of tolerance.
Okay.
The report will say, is it there or not? If your anger level is high, then we need to work on it, which again is gut health. For parents, we need to know that it's not the child, it's us. What the mother went through at the time of her pregnancy is the child. But she went through from her 0 age till she became pregnant through many things. Plus, what her mother went through, she need to be aware. The mother's line, we need to be aware of the mother's line. Those who are going to get married boys need to find the mother's line of the girl's line.
Not just the girl.
Not just the girl.
Yeah.
We love marriages, etc. But let's be frank. Genetic will showcase in the end. All right. So that's why there's a lot of displacement in the world today, right? Because we didn't manage our own selves.
Yeah.
Today, there are many displaced families around the world.
Yeah.
Because we didn't manage ourselves. In leadership, one good thing which I love about UAE is there's a lot of tolerance. Our leaders have tolerance. Our leaders are busy building other countries.
Yeah.
Our leaders are looking into different environments and making their impact in it, in silence. So to be available to others is not easy. It's a self-development first. And then we can be available to others.
Yeah.
For people out there, You want to help, you want to do anything, first help yourself.
Right.
Then that energy will create the environment for you to help others. We had to be part of the genetic behavior analysis training. Learn that, do that for ourselves, prepare ourselves before we moved into training.
That's a great one, because rather than just, telling different things, you need to experience what exactly happening within you, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's great. So I would really encourage, my listeners to, go and find out what is the smart inspiration is doing for different people, different type of people, not just the kids or adult or teen. It's like the whole variety of programs are there. And then, I can be the best testimony that, my people around me can see, and many other people in the world. So thank you so much, Elizabeth, for helping me personally, and then sharing the vast area of training to our Australian viewers, because Australia need that. Australia need that positive energy, especially this country needs some that special energy to feel positive and then change the world, because I believe we can spread love, joy, and peace only when you have that inside you. That's what exactly
And
you mentioned in your message.
yes,
Without you don't have that, you can't really share that. Yeah.
and we all
So,
have, we all
mhm,
have, but we didn't train it. We need to train it with our 9 multiple intelligence. And we
mhm,
need to train these emotions, which is already in us, with our gut behavior.
yeah, okay.
Wrong
So,
choice food is the mistake.
so food is the main thing. Fasting is also a good thing. Having water is really good thing. So it's really coming, all the practices in religion, what we're doing, like our Muslim brothers, our Hindu brothers, even Christians now in the Lent, we were all giving some time that connecting with the food and the water. So that is all science. Like, we always feel that it's just a religious practice, but it is not. It is really helping us to do the grounding and then clean our gut and think with more better way and all those things. I will encourage everyone who is hearing us, try this training, and then, be the better version of yourself. So thank you, Elizabeth, for your, valuable time to share with us, and then, connecting from Dubai to Melbourne. That's a great, experience for us here back in Melbourne, and then sharing your experience to my local listeners. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.